What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. If you want to be financially successful, you need to have money, right? And there are essentially two ways to have more money. You can make more money or you can spend less money. Obviously, making more money can be more fun, and we talked about different ways that you can do that on our channel. But one of the biggest myths that we're told is that the size of our paycheck is what will determine our financial well-being and ultimately our wealth. Sure, how much money you make is a factor, and it can be a big factor, but it's not the sole factor. Let me give you an example of why. So, Earl Crowley, or Mr. Earl as he prefers, is a parking lot attendant and he's sitting on a retirement account worth over $500,000. He made something like 12 bucks an hour as a parking lot attendant, and he's never made more than $20,000 in 1 year from his job, meaning he makes less than $500 a week. So when it comes to earning money from his job, he's nowhere near your top 1% or 10% or even 50% of earners. But even though he was making less money than the majority of people in this country, he was able to raise a family with 3 kids, and now he has more money saved up for retirement than 90% of people in the entire country. What you talking about, Jaspreet? If you have over $274,000 saved up for retirement, you are in the top 10 percentile according to the 2016 Economic Policy Institute study, and Mr. Earl has over $500,000 saved up. And in case you didn't catch it, there were actually 2 jaw-dropping statistics in the last sentence. 1, Mr. Earl has built up a huge nest egg off of his small salary, and 2, the top 10% of American families have $274,000 saved up for retirement, which means 90% of people don't. And this is a problem because the majority of people will need at least a few times that number to even think about retirement and maintain their current lifestyle, so that could be a problem. But sticking with Earl for the sake of this video, you might be wondering, how the heck did this random parking lot attendant build up so much wealth while only making 12 bucks an hour? Good question. When Earl was young, he knew that he was not going to be a 6-figure earner. He sucked at school, he was dyslexic, and he did not want to start a business, so he knew that he wasn't going to make a ton of money from his job. But he also knew that if he ever wanted to be financially stable or successful, he was going to have to start saving his money and investing his money with whatever small amounts that he had as fast as he could. And that's exactly what he did. He started off by saving $25 a month, or less than $1 a day, when he was a teenager. You might hear that and be like, what? 25 bucks a month? That's pointless. The return on $25 is almost nothing. And you're right, but he knew that if he kept doing this with small amounts, this will eventually become something bigger. And he also knew that if he took the profits that he made from his small investments today and he reinvested it, he'll have more money working for him and invested for him, and he'll make more money from that later on. This is a true story. He didn't grow up with a lot, but he found a way to make it work. No matter what happened or what expenses came up, he made sure that he took $25 out of his paycheck every single month and he invested it, and anytime his investments made him money, he reinvested that money, and after 15 years, his small investments became $25,000. And that's when he decided that he was going to start investing in the stock market instead of using mutual funds, because if he did it correctly, he could make even more money. And because he wasn't making a ton of money from his job, he was only able to buy 1 or 2 shares of a stock at a time. His secret was, anytime he invested his money, he would let his money sit there and grow, and he would not touch it. And anytime he would make money from his investments, he would reinvest it back into the stock market instead of going out and buying a new fancy car or nicer things. And he kept doing this again and again and again, so his investments kept growing and compounding and snowballing. And these small investments eventually grew to over $500,000. Yeah, it did not happen overnight. It took most of his career, but he was a regular guy that made less than the majority of people in America, but now he has a retirement account worth more than 90% of the country. Now you might be wondering, okay, Jaspreet, that's cool and all, but I don't want to wait that long, so what do you want me to do with this information? I've been practicing my mind reading. Can you tell? But there's 3 things I want you to know. First, what the heck are you still waiting for? Time is one of the most important factors when it comes to compounding and growing money and your wealth. It's like when you're sitting there home alone and you have nothing to do, so you start watching infomercials and you see this guy screaming at you and he says, but wait, if you act now, I'll throw in this amazing plant for free, but you have to call this number right now and act fast. The sooner you start, the more you can have. It's as simple as that. Second, start with whatever you got. Stop telling yourself that you want to wait until you make $100,000 a year to start investing or to start your business. Just stop. Start with whatever you can. If you're sipping on Starbucks Frappuccinos and you're watching Minority Mindset videos off of your iPhone X, you can save a couple dollars a day, all right? Take that money and put it aside for you to invest later on or to use in your business. And if you don't know what to do or how to start, we have an ebook on money and investing. It's completely free and you can read it on our website by clicking the link up here or by clicking the link in the caption below. And third, you've heard me say this so many times. Live below your means. Look, just because you've got $1,000 in your account does not mean you have to spend it. The point of building wealth is to be able to live the way you want, whenever you want. But you cannot do that if you're living like a cliff spender. For cliff spenders, your financial statement looks like a cliff. You make money, you have money, and then it's all gone. You see that new $2,000 furniture set and you're like, ooh, that would look nice in my living room. So then you do everything you can to save up those $2,000, and then as soon as you save up that money, it's gone. Hey, where'd all my money go? And then you see this new 4K TV for $1,500 and it's so clear. So you do everything you can to save, and then your money's gone again. You gotta pick what you want. I can't make this decision for you. Do you want the new 4K TV today that chants your name every time you turn it on? Or do you want the freedom in the future? You are 100% in charge and no one's gonna do it for you. So you gotta make a decision and MIH, make it happen. And by the way, if you are interested in learning about Earl and seeing more of his story, we wrote a full article on him on our website and you can read it by clicking the link, I think it's up here, or in the caption below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share it with one friend so we can help spread the word. Don't miss our new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money every single week. So hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, that way you actually find out when our new videos are released. And as always, keep hustling.